Hello and welcome to the show. I'm here on Forza Horizon 2 with another rally car build. My vehicle today is the Nissan 300ZX. Quite a few people wanted to see me build this car. I'm kind of curious to see how it does, as I am relatively seriously looking at getting one of these as a next car after my MX-5. So I'm hoping it'll do quite well. I do like these cars. Right, rules of the series. Well, the vehicle must be made four-wheel drive, and this is not exactly a light car to begin with. Yeah, but it's £3,500 when we make it all-wheel drive. It's a bit on the heavy side to start with. It's not terrible. It's probably going to end up much like the R34 Skyline, around the sort of 2,800-ish pounds mark. We must have the off-road tyres. We're almost into A-class as well. There's a decent amount of room to play around with PI, the off-road gearbox, to give us some sensible gear ratios, and the off-road suspension in the hope that the car will survive the bumps. Relatively low vehicle, although to be fair, things like the F40 survived around here. So, I mean, yeah, this is on the lower side. We could have the odd issue. I don't think we probably will, though. To be honest, we are still just in B class. We will be going for handling parts now. So we're going to want brakes, we're going to want the anti-roll bars. Roll cage is a it's one of those. How much does it add? £148. It does add a fair amount of weight. I think we're probably going to want it on this car, though. I think we're going to want the chassis reinforcement that goes along with it, and the weight reduction drops it down to £3,000. So it's a bit on the heavier side. We can get some more of the weight out, sure, with the likes of the exhaust and so on. Okay, it's going to be a bit of a heavier vehicle. Let's go do tyres, shall we? We will definitely be getting the maximum width tyres. We're going to have 255s on the front. They're not particularly big, and hopefully 285s on the rear. I was actually expecting a little bit bigger tyres on this car, I will be honest. Okay, I mean, the R34 sure got away with 285s. I think they were 285s all round. I would like a little bit bigger tyres on this. It's going to be a slightly heavier car, but you never know. I was thinking the R34 would struggle a bit, and I was completely wrong about that. So we will see. Of course, we will be going for the Aero Parts. We're going to be wanting them on this thing. Now, there are other... Oh, yeah, I did have a quick look through here. There is a almighty... Look at this... size of that wing. It looks rather peculiar on this car. We won't be going for that. Actually, the 300ZX looks kind of strange without any wing of some sort on the back. We will be going for the Forza one, though, as I'm going to be wanting the grip. My concern is quite a lot with the handling of this vehicle. I'm not sure if these are all adding weight, I think. Rear bumpers are all very much of a muchness. Side skirts, there's no light ones. They do improve drag, but they're adding weight, so I can't see the point in any of them. And the bonnet is reducing weight. Increase the PI by 1. We'll go for it, sure. If we're at 1 PI over, I can always change it back. Right, okay. Oh, as far as engines go, I'm going to keep the standard engine. As you can see, we're already in A-class. There are a couple of options. We could go for a 6.2 V8 or a 2.6 i6. However, they're both heavier. And seeing as we're already a relatively heavy car, I think we'll keep with the standard engine for now. Right, power. How much power can we get in this car? That is the question. We've got it down to under £3,000 now, thanks to the exhaust. We're probably actually going to start needing these sort of parts, the camshafts and the turbos, to get the bill. Oh, that had 114 horsepower. There we go. We're still under... Good, we're still under £3,000, which is what I like to see. We can get in the pistons. We're going to get some decent power out of this, actually. I'm hoping, at least. Yeah, I mean, 517 horsepower, 460 torque. It's kind of going a very similar way, actually, to the R34 in many respects. It's around the same sort of power torque figures as that car was. It's just a bit heavier. It's a little bit heavier, this vehicle. Okay, we've got 3 PI to play with. I will go for the drive line. Now, I'm hoping we'll definitely be able to get a clutch of some sort in. will we be able to... Okay, we can get the clutch in. That's made no difference to the PI whatsoever. And then I guess it'll be onto a flywheel. I'm thinking these are going to add... oh, we could have got perhaps that on there if I took off the drive line. I think I'm happier with the drive line, to be honest. I'm guessing none of these are going to be like 1 or 2 PI. These you can sometimes fit on, but I don't want the extra weight. Yeah, for example, we can get this one here. 7 horsepower, but it is... Well, that's actually not terrible. I'm kind of tempted by that one. It does add a bit of weight, but it does add some power and torque. Okay, that's a little bit better than I was expecting from it. These are... Well, we can get 9 horsepower, but it is a fair amount of weight going on there. Or we can go for a flywheel. You know what? I'm going to go for the intercooler. I tend not to, but I think the power and torque gain may just be a better option for this one. Also, the flywheel doesn't give me to a nice PI. So I will go with that. 551 horsepower, 490 torque is not too bad. I mean, the power to weight ratio is okay in this. It is not the most impressive we've seen. However, I thought that about the R34 Skyline. So, yeah, I think we may have issues with the front tyres are quite small on here, comparatively. We could have just a lack of grip from this car. But there is only one way to find out, and that is to take it around the Forest Brawl circuit. I have got 5 laps to go as quickly as possible. The current leader, the R34 Skyline, has a time of 57.6, and I think it unlikely that this 300ZX will challenge it. Second place, the RS200 at 58.4. I don't think we're going to be really challenging that either. I'm thinking we're probably going to be looking at trying to get under the 1 minute mark with this car. The Audi S1 had like tiny tyres. I think the 245s on the S1 that did a 1 minute .0. So I think we may get this in under the 1 minute, potentially. Oh, there we go. Get the camera in the right place. Yeah, we may see this go under the 1 minute. I think it could be a half decent car if we have enough cornering grip. My concern is we may not have a huge amount of grip. Turn 1 certainly not too bad. Turn 2 is not bad either, actually. From the Nissan. Again, we chuck it up here. Now, how much speed can we take? Oh, we've got lovely grip through here, actually. I'm very impressed with this car so far. Let's just stick it up in the 5th, I think, for this run at the bottom. That's fast through there, 102 miles an hour. Really big jump. It's dealing with these landings far better than I was expecting it to be doing. That's always a good thing. Right, ooh, okay, we can't... I just left it a little bit too long. We sort of got stuck on the outside there. It's not what you want to be doing. How do we fare out of this final corner? I like this car. This car is a nice vehicle. It's just got a lovely balance to it so far. How do we do straight line speed-wise? We fly nicely. Actually, it does fly very well. Decent landing. Are we going to have the straight line speed? I'm not sure we will, potentially, from this. No, 136 miles an hour is not too bad. It's already, from a standing start, it's almost gone quicker than than the Rally Raid Ford Ranger. Perhaps not too surprising. That thing is not the greatest thing to drive. I do like this 300ZX though. It's a really easy car to drive around here. I am very surprised actually. I thought we were going to be having more issues with the tyres, but no. I mean that's 100 miles an hour. Relatively, I got a little bit of a slide going on there. Whoa, the bumps are being mean to me. Never a good thing. Can we carry? We can carry good speed through there. I did leave it a little too late to turn in. I fluffed it up ever so slightly. And out of the final turn. Okay, we're not quite on for a 57 here, but yeah, this car is actually doing really well. I'm quite surprised by that one. How do we land again? Lands nicely. We have cracked the windscreen. A little bit of a shame there. What was the first flying lap? 1 minute .0 from the Nissan. Let's get it stopped. It brakes well. It's just a nice, easy car to drive. This may be one of the easiest cars I have had to drive around here. That was pushing it right out to the wall. Through there. Okay, try and keep the momentum up. Yeah, I mean, it holds really good speed through that turn as well. This is a really very, very good car. Really good car to drive. I think we do perhaps, it's just the weight thing. It is just perhaps a little bit too heavy on some of these bits. I'm not quite carrying the corner speed that the R34 did, but let's face it, very little can carry the corner speed that thing did. I mean, and again, we got some decent acceleration down here. We're going to go quickly this time around from the 300ZX. Took a little bit of a clonk on the landing there. What is the time going to be? 58.6. Whoa, it's quick. The 300ZX is very, very quick. Indeed, as we get it stopped for turn 1 again. This could be one of my favourite cars I've built. It's so effortless going quickly with it. I'm really amazed how well this thing does. I mean, the tyres are not nowhere near the size of some of the cars. It's whoa, okay. I think I may have missed the checkpoint there. Yeah, I did. Damn it! Got a tiny bit carried away on the landing there. Yeah, just hit the landing. The back end wanted to step out, and yeah, we ended up turning in a bit too soon. This is a bloody good car. It's really I like it. The 300ZX is very, very good. Now, how much speed can I get through here? I can't carry that much. Yeah, it's at that second to last corner, I think, is where I kind of noticed the front tyres the most. It doesn't quite have that turning grip that the likes of the R34 had, the RS200 had. However, it's such a lovely balanced car around here. That was not a particularly good lap. Okay, on to the final one. Can we go any quicker with 300ZX? I'm not sure. That 58 was a pretty damn good lap. I mean, yeah, we're pretty much flat out down there. It does run a little bit out towards the wall. In the back end of this car stays lovely and planted through these turns. I mean, that was really silly the way I chucked it through there, and it just gripped. It's really very impressive. Again, at the bottom of the hill, we're carrying good speed through the corners. It deals with the landings of the bumps so nicely. It's much better than the RS200 down here across the bumps. Although that one there, we got hit at a little awkward. Yeah, that one. The bump down there did just screw it over ever so slightly. I don't think we are going quicker. It's still a half-decent lap, though, despite getting chucked about on that one. Across the jump we go for the final time. I don't think we're going quicker on this final lap. It is a 58.686 for the 300ZX. It goes into third place. Nissans are starting to dominate the top of the table here. The Italians had their time of dominating the top three. Now it is the turn of the Nissans. Yeah, 58.686 is bloody fast from the 300ZX. It goes a couple of tenths of a second down on the RS200. Let's not forget, the RS200 had roughly the same power and torque as this, and was almost 600 pounds lighter than the 300ZX. 600 pounds lighter in the RS200, and it's only 0.2 of a second quicker. The 300ZX is a lovely, easy car to drive. It's really not that hard to get this thing quickly around the course. Yeah, on the final laps I was pushing it harder and harder, trying to go quicker than that 58.6. The bump, I had one problem with the bump on that final run. I'm not sure I was going quicker on the final run anyway, particularly. Yeah, I mean, the bumps may cause, when you're really pushing it, may cause issues, but they're nowhere near as bad as the issues they caused for the little RS200. That had massive problems if you hit the bumps too hard. Whereas this, okay, it slowed the lap down, but I didn't spin the car out. Yeah, it is a really nice car. Really, really easy to get it very, very quick. I like it. The 300ZX, yeah, we have very much Nissan domination going on at the top of our table. But that is it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.